We're here today to talk about Canine Good Citizen and any dog obedience skills. We have back again our corgi friend, Tommy, to be here to show us all these skills. We're here live right now on Facebook and YouTube, and I can't wait to answer any questions that you might have. If you're watching this live right now, thank you for being here. And if you're watching this on replay, thank you for being here. I will answer your questions, whether you're watching this live or on replay, either now or in future videos. As you can hear, there is another wonderful helper here as well. Here we go. Whee! Here she is. Ta-da! So if you are a parent, a dog parent plus a kid parent, today might be a great day for you to watch because I am balancing this all right here, right now. And she is going to be joining us along this ride. She has been in the past. In the background here, you also can see some Canine Good Citizen, I can't use it, some canine fitness skills that are going on that a little. There we go. Speaking of which, I don't know how she did that, but she just muted the mic, which was awesome. But thanks for joining us today. It's going to be a wild ride. Anything can happen. Let me make sure I have my chat window up as well to make sure I am listening and watching your chat while people are here. And okay, let's get started. So when it comes to Canine Good Citizens, one of the first basic areas of Canine Good Citizenship and a few different tests is greeting behavior and staying at your side. So let's jump over here to camera 2. Boom. With our beautiful Mr. Tommy. There's some toys around here that he's found. We'll maybe tackle some toy training as well, especially if you guys have questions here on the live stream. Here we go. Still going. So what's going to happen is we're going to put him at our side here. And we're going to work on him staying here at my side while being greeted. Now what's going to happen is someone's going to come up to you and shake your hand. And your dog needs to stay at your side and not jump up on the person. So working on a solid sit-stay at your side is important. One of the first skills I like to work with a dog. And of course, in the Canine Good Citizen training, you're never going to be able to have your treats, and your dog's going to be attached to a leash. But I like to work my dog on multiple different areas, like on how to get my dog to stay at my side and walk with me. And you'll see me doing all these skills with Tommy off the leash, because if I think he can do it off leash, we can do it on the leash as well. And we might even play a game called leash on, leash off at the end of the series to get your dog that is maybe more emotional at the end of this video, more emotional about dog leashes and a little too crazy when you take it on and off. We can talk about that as well. But work on this, because when someone comes to greet you, the best way for them not to jump up on the person is if they're in a sit stay, and you can shake their hand and you can make sure that they don't jump up on them. Next step, what's going to happen is the person that's greeting or evaluating you is going to pet your dog over the top of the head. Now, if your dog goes to get up, that's okay, especially when they start to touch their ears or their front 2 paws. So make sure your dog's comfortable with their front. He thinks I have a cookie in my hand. Their front 2 paws being touched as well. But they're still, once again, not allowed to jump up on the evaluator. And then what will happen is your evaluator will also take a comb or brush and brush the back of your dog. So in that brush, you can actually provide for your evaluator. And that way the dog is used to the brush that the evaluator is using. He thinks I have cookies in my hand. He's so excited to train right now. It's dinner time right now at our house, and he's like super ready to train. Now I noticed something on my cameras over here is I need to swap out a battery real quickly. So bear with me as I do so, because my camera decided to go dead. I filmed a video series right before I went live. I filmed our week 6 training video series for our All-Star Foundations class. We are back, so I can jump back over here. Cool. Now, if you have any questions about those first few tests, it's going to be greeting a stranger, and they can't jump up on them. It's going to be accepting petting, where the dog will let the stranger pet them. Good for is also grooming behaviors, where the dog lets someone touch their ears and front 2 paws and be brushed. So that's just something simple, and all that can be done while the dog's staying nicely at your side. Speaking of which, we're going to jump into loose leash walking. There's drills or sequence behind that. And for that, we'll pop into camera 3 here. And you see there has been a toddler about. And with that test, what's going to happen is your dog is going to be, I'll do it this way so it's a little easier for y'all to see. The dog's going to be walking next to you. They can walk on your right, walk on your left. There's no restrictions, but they're going to have to walk with you and do a right turn, an about turn, and a left turn with you while walking on leash. And also, while you're walking, if you stop, they have to stop as well and not pull on the leash. Let's go and jump into that game real quickly, the leash on, leash off game. One of the games you need to play with your dog for them to be successful with leash training in general is leash off, leash on. So one of the things you can actually do, and we'll jump into camera 2 for this, is put the leash on your dog, give him a cookie, take the leash off your dog, give him a cookie. So then when the leash comes off, it's not just like, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. They actually are okay with you putting it on and off. So do this every day with your dog multiple times a day, and you'll get a dog that's less crazy about getting the leash on and off and not have any weird behaviors too. Because I talked about this in a recent training video on my YouTube channel, where sometimes dogs, when they're on leash, they actually feel like they have permission to pull. But we want to make sure dogs don't do this. So we're going to do this whole little CGC skill. I'm going to start over here again. On leash, and you'll see what I mean by, if your dog can do it off leash, they can do it on leash as well. Leashes should be just a safety seatbelt for your dog, not the steering wheel. I'm going to walk forward, turn right, do an about turn, and at some point be able to stop, and he stops. What I like to do is teach a dog. They don't have to go into a sit when you stop, but it will sure make it more successful when you go do the test. You also have to be able to do a left turn as well, and the dog stays with you. So nice work. Again, can't use treats during the test, but while training, of course, reinforce your dog and build the behavior up. Take this leash off. Another game the dogs will learn to do is a come when called game. So one of the games we practice to do the come when called by myself, and this is actually in a comment section in one of my videos, is how to teach come when called by yourself, is doing a search cookie towards a wall. Tommy, here. Yes. Work on that collar grab game. Search cookie into the wall. Tommy, here. Yes, good boy. So working on them doing a come when called. What I typically do is I will work on utilizing their name as a reinforcer tool to build up the behavior of come when called, and then add a word like here, now, quick to get them to come to me. Now, I like words like here, now, and quick. If the word come is more comfortable for you, use the word come. That's fine. But be careful when you use come. If you're using come to mean it's like, I'll show you a second here. If you're like walking through the house or you have your dog follow you off leash, and you're like, come on, let's go. And this means to come follow you around. And then when they're done following you around and you walk away, they're not actually coming to you, are they? Now, he's really glued to my side. He's doing good with it. But a lot of dogs, they hear the word come, and it doesn't actually mean to come to you. It just means to come with you, come towards the direction you're asking them to come towards you, but not actually to come when called. So if that is you, you may use the word, if you're using the word come to me to come to you, I would use a word like let's go or follow me to follow you. And if you don't want to have to bother with that, if you just are comfortable using the word come to follow you around the place, just like I was just doing, then use the word here to mean to come to you all the way here to you, or use the word now or quick or pronto or unite to get them to come to you. We have our awesome camera girl over here messing with the camera. You're going to see it move here in a second, maybe. Oh, no. She might even do cheese. Here she goes. Say hello. Cheese. I'll have to wipe off the nose print on that one. So, cool. Awesome. And if you guys have any questions or comments as I'm going through this, I'm going through this pretty quickly, but I want you to. Now, this next one, this is something that Tommy's mom really wanted me to work on, and I'm going to work with you guys right now, and that is to stay. Stay is typically best worked on like a climb or platform or bedstay, elevated surface off the ground. But you can't have an elevated surface in Canine Good Citizen. So we're going to talk about a reinforcement strategy using the word good to get your dog to want to stay where they're at. Because what happens is this. I'll show you over here, and we'll pull out camera 2. Once again, I have to wipe off the nose print. Is what happens is the dog, when you say the word yes, you typically give the treat to you. So if they go get a cookie or if they're away from you and you're like, Tommy, yes, your dog is coming towards you for a cookie. So we need to have a different reinforcer word or tool to mean I'm bringing the cookie to you. And so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to test Tommy's sit or stay. And we're going to build the duration stay behavior in the sit position or down position if you want. And say the word good and bring the cookie to him. Good. Bring the cookie to him. Then you take a step back. Good. So he knows that I'm bringing the cookie to him. And actually what you'll find is your dog will actually sit. Your dog will actually learn pretty quickly. I'm not saying no or stop. I'm just re-cueing to sit. Good. For duration behavior. First, work on duration, distraction, and distance. So what you're seeing me do right now is trying to push on distance, and it's not working, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to hover, we're going to hang, we're going to chill out, and just work on duration. Good, good boy. Excellent. Good. And you're probably like wondering too, why aren't you saying the word stay? Because do we have a stay behavior? Let's see. Stay. No, we do not. So for me to constantly say stay, 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 stay to him, he's just going to frustrate him and get him to start to ignore the word stay. So we're building the behavior up first. Good. I may put my palm up in the beginning, say like have a visual cue of what this means, that I'm about to bring you a cookie. We also have a great distraction already, and that is my daughter running around here. Good. Oh, good. Awesome. There we go. Working through this. And I'm going to show you how to start working this also on a platform stay as well, because he's having some trouble. Good boy. Good. And he's actually having also trouble like eating the cookie too excitedly and dropping it all over the floor. Wait for a few seconds. Good. Excellent. Good. We're starting to get a behavior here. I'm going to release him for a second and go get my daughter off the ladder over here. Break. Free. And then we're going to jump into doing this with a platform stand. It's going to show you guys how much easier, it's okay, how much easier this is to do with a platform. I like to build the behavior up first, utilizing a platform if I can. I know, it's hard. I'll grab a few more cookies here. And to build a stay behavior, utilizing something that's elevated. Good. Because it's a little more for him to get off of it. And if I can't get him to stay at a distance or duration on a platform, the likelihood of him staying at a distance and duration on the flat or on the ground is much lower. But if I can get him to build the behavior of stay on a platform, because it's easier because there's a defined place for him to be, then what will happen is as I bring him back to the ground eventually here, that he has some history with stay work. And do you think he's knowingly being a disobedient dog by coming off the platform? No. He just doesn't understand what I want from him yet. Good. Oh, good. Super. And just a little reminder, pick my hand up there. Good. This is the very exciting work of stay work. Good. Good. He's on his edge here. Natural distraction, running right beside him. Good. He doesn't have that at home. Good. Very nice. Awesome. He's doing so good. And that means the good word, the elongated good word means I'm coming to bring the cookie to you. And now we're getting a little bit of space. Now, honestly, when I work platform stays a lot of times is I actually don't necessarily care if they're in a sit, a stand, a down. As long as our 4 paws are on the platform, I'm fine. But because I'm trying to progress a sit stay as well, today I'm working on reinforcing a lot of the sit behavior because I'll make it easier for me to bring this back down towards the floor. Good. Free. And that means you can come off. I hope that made a little sense to y'all. I need to work on this a little bit more with him before he tackles his CGC test. So I'm probably going to actually keep him for a few more days. If his mom is watching right now, which she could be possibly, I have 4 people live right now, then I'm going to be requesting that he stays a little bit longer with me because I think we're going to try to get a CGC done, which he has most of the behaviors on Monday. But if not, we'll see what happens. We're going to work with him anyway. But one of the other games or other CGC tests that you have to do is one, walking through a crowd where there's a crowd of people and the dog doesn't jump up on the people. Another one is reaction to distraction. That could be a noise. That could be a toy. The dog sees as something or hears something that's distracting that they don't disengage their owner completely and run towards it or run away from it. And then the supervised separation is also another great little test where basically the dog has to be separated from their owner, a dog parent, for 3 minutes, and the dog can't freak out. The dog can look for their person and kind of worry a little bit about where they're going, but if they don't settle down and they worry too much, they don't pass the test. So great. And that is good. Awesome. Hey, Finnegan, good to see you here. And Tree Fairy. Yes, from California. Oh, Tree Fairy, you're awesome. And Finnegan as well. But yeah, so if you guys have more questions or comments about Canine Good Citizen skills or any of that stuff, I'd love to answer them for you, whether it's in this video or right now as we're doing this live or in a future training video. I'm here for you guys. So thanks for watching here on the Doggy Dojo. While any maybe possible questions pop in here as well, we'll jump into some other training. Maybe some little canine fitness for him, or maybe some toy training. What do y'all want to do? Canine fitness or toy training? The people that are here live, what do y'all want to talk about? Reinforcement strategies, canine fitness. We did skateboard last time he was here. Agility training, agility games. What else? I'm looking at my live audience right now. We're going to see her quickly. See what they have to say. I am personally going to get him to do a canine fitness game. And what props are best to help with CGC? Oh, cool. Well, the climb is a great prop to help with CGC. If you're doing the left turns, right turns, you can utilize some cones. There may be cones in your testing. You're also going to need a comb for particularly. So when you do the grooming portion of the test, you bring your own comb. You can. Sometimes this evaluator will have extras, but it's good to bring your own. So that way the dog's used to that. And then that's about it. You could also, that little greeting and sit at side game in the beginning stages when you're working on that, like in public, you could have like a place or prop next to you for them to, or front paw target. So talk about canine fitness. You can have a proper target for front paw targeting. This might be all 4 paw targeting for a, we'll go to camera 2 here. All 4 paw targeting for a corgi here. But what you can do, if you're struggling with your dog staying at your side and wanting to jump in front of you and not want to be at your side, they want to work with you in front, which is very common for dogs to do. And for dog agility, this is not a place we want our dog to be, especially in this position facing towards us. We want them at our side facing the same direction we're going. If this is a picture you see in your dog, you're usually doing a front cross or something goes wrong when in dog agility. So I can do a little search cooking, a little front paw all 4 paw targeting. The dog comes to my side here. Search cookie. We talked about this, Neil. I'm trying to see if I have that here. Oh, it did. It got absconded with my toddler. Let me go grab it. So you're like, I don't want to necessarily, or I don't have climb or propel, I should say. But this is just a knee pad that you can get off of Amazon. Put that at your side. Same thing. Search. In fact, this might actually be easier for him to accomplish the task. I'm just working on front paw targeting. If he does all 4 paws, that's great. You might have to do all 4 paws if he wants to get into a sit position. But we're doing like a little search cookie past the toddler. Back into some front paw targeting here. Search cookie. He wants to get past me, as you can see. See what happens. Yes, good boy. Good. He's trying to curl in too, so this helps with that. Oh, good job. A little 2 paw targeting from the toddler as well. Don't you do that. I see that. Now this is what toddlers like to do. They like to test their boundaries. We're not going to kick those. Search. Good job. Good job. He's like, I can't do it. And the toddler has absconded the thing. We're going to do a quickly as well, this little spin and twist. Another things you can actually do at your dog at your side to help out with this stuff is sit, but also down behavior. Good. Come back to our thing now that's not been absconded. Search. Woo. Search. Yes, good. Oh, yes. And I might actually build on this right here because he's the straightest he's been. I'm going to give him 3 or 4 cookies for just staying much more straight than trying to kick out his butt towards the camera there. Search. And that can really help get the dog lined up at your side. Awesome. Just found out how to chat. Great. I'm hoping that was not too hard. Awesome. Can platform help stays? Of course. Always does. I think platforms are a fantastic place to start stays. Funny enough, too, we just did this in a recent training video, but crate games can also help with stays as well. If you haven't done crate games before, we tackled that in the All-Star Foundations Week 2, I believe. So check that out. It's a great place to start. We'll definitely be tackling a lot of different things. If there's anything you want to see in the future video, live stream, or All-Star Foundations, I'd love for you guys to comment that right now. And thanks for joining us. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It was so much fun. I'm really enjoying this. So I just jumped on here live right away. This is how my live streams sometimes have to go. It's just when I have a chance. Right now, I got to go feed some dogs. So thanks for joining us for this little bit. Have some fun with your dogs, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.